Good morning. Hope you set your alarms because we are about set to go here at D. White Field on the campus of Henderson State University for a Saturday morning doubleheader between the Henderson State Reddies and the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm. Played two yesterday, not 24 hours ago. Reddies got the first, Southeastern got the second. Reddies won 9-2. Southeastern came back to win and shock the Reddies 6-5. So we'll see who comes out on top in this series, if that is the case, or if this team or these teams split. The Reddies have kind of been splitsville all of the conference season. So is Southeastern for that matter. Henderson State comes into this one 19-21, 13-15 in conference. Southeastern 16-22, but exactly 14-14, right at 500 in conference play. Michelle Sorensen in the circle for the Reddies, done with her warm-up pitches. First pitch right here to Symphony Shomo. Shomo offers at the bunt. And we have strike one to start this game off. Sorensen got the win last night, improving to 7-5 on the season. 0-1 to Shomo. Swung on and missed. Low and outside. Shomo trying to make her way down to first simultaneously with the swing, as in the right hand of the box, so even closer to first base. Left-handed hitter. If you make contact, it's pretty tough to get out, but got to make contact first. 0-2. Chop to Sorensen. Going to be a tough play. Sorensen fields, fires, and throws it past Alexis Morton. And probably that's going to be an infield single. Would have been an outstanding defensive play by Sorensen. Just ball kind of sailed on her a little bit, and Somo reaches with her 5th hit of the weekend. Destiny Riddle was a combined 2 for 8 yesterday, 1 for 4 in both games. Riddle will switch sides of the plate mid-plate appearance. First pitch to Riddle, low and outside. She's batting left-handed right now, but on two separate occasions yesterday, she batted left-handed and then switched over and batted right-handed, something you almost never see. 1-0 to Riddle. That evens the count, strike one. Symphony Shomo, a long break off first before retreating to the bag. 1-1, top of the first, scoreless game. Shomo takes off, throw down to second, and she is in there safely. Good throw by Moore, but just not in time, and right on cue, Destiny Riddle switches sides of the plate. Now batting right-handed after starting the at-bat left-handed. Here's the 1-2 from Sorensen. Low and outside. Count evens once more at 2-2. Shomo on second after a single and a stolen base. 2-2. And Riddle bunts foul, and she is out. That's going to be recorded as a strikeout. So an easy strikeout for Sorensen, her first of the day. Sorensen went 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. 4 walks and 10 strikeouts. Complete game. Again, got the win in the Reddies' 9-2 victory. She'll face Michaela Watson, and that is too low at the shins of Watson, who started slow yesterday, but had perhaps one of the biggest hits of the day. Had the game-winning hit in the top of the 7th for Southeastern. 1-0. That's outside. 2-0. Reddies got 1 run in the first, second, third, 4th, and 5th. Southeastern, though, came from behind on 2 separate occasions as Watson chops this one to third. Fielded by Erb, she fires across the diamond, back to third. Not in time to get Shomo, who advances on the throw over, but the Reddies trade an out for an advancement, which is just fine considering they now have 2 outs in the top of the first. So Sorensen will able to just focus on the hitter at the plate, but an RBI opportunity here early for the Storm, top of the first. Keisha Thompson takes strike one, off-speed pitch from Sorensen. Comes up and falls back down. Top of the strike zone, but in there for strike one. 0-1 to Keisha Thompson, the cleanup hitter. She swings and misses at that one. Thompson was 1 for 2 in game 1 yesterday, 1 for 4 in game 2. Total of 2 for 6 combined. Sorensen trying to get out of the inning. 0-2. Off-speed pitch, a little bit too high, maybe inside as well, keeping Thompson off balance and changing the eye level. Southeastern, white tops, blue bottoms, white socks today. Sorensen in the windup. The 1-2. Chopped foul. I think it might have hit off the hand of Abby Moore. Looked like in a little bit of pain, but shake it off. Tough freshman. Abby Moore has started every single game for the Reddies this season. The only player on Henderson State to do that. Count still 1-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Thompson tagged out. The Reddies get out of it. Southeastern gets a hit. Strands one on base. We'll go bottom one when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. Wyatt Field, Saturday morning. Trying to get a few games in before the rain comes into view later this afternoon. Marcelo Lopez, who had a fantastic Friday, leads off this one for the Reddies. Lopez plays center field. Henderson State, white helmets, red tops, gray pants, and their usual striped red socks and stirrups. Corners weigh in on Lopez. First pitch from Emily Cudd is in there for strike one. Cudd did not get the decision yesterday. Still starts this one 1-7. 0-1 to Lopez, way outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Cudd yesterday, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. 1-1 to Lopez. Slap hit to left field, going over Amador. She makes the play in foul territory for an FF7. And Lopez is retired. Lopez on Friday was 4 for 6, now moves to 4 for 7 on the weekend. Maddie Green, only 4 recorded at-bats yesterday because she walked so many times. Maddie walked 4 times yesterday, moving that on-base percentage up to .419, which is now 3rd on the squad. First pitch from Cudd, high and outside. High 50s right now in Arkadelphia, getting into the 60s and maybe touch the 70s later this afternoon. 1-0 to Green. Swung on, foul tipped off the catcher behind the plate. That's Brittany Chatelier. Green started the series batting .309, now up to .316 after going 2 for 4 yesterday with a home run, 4 walks, and 2 runs scored in 2 games combined. Her 2-run homer was the game-winning hit of the first game that broke a 2-2 tie. 1-1. That is low. That is inside, and that is ball 2 to Miss Green. 2-1 from Cud. Green slugging .561 on the season. Went through a bit of a slump in the midseason after a hot start, trying to get her bat going again. This is fouled off. Count 2-2. Henderson State scored first. Henderson State scored first in both games yesterday. Got one in the bottom of the first in game number 2. That is fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Green seeing a lot of pitches in the early going. Green, a first-team All-GAC honoree last season after batting .368. Here's the 2-2. That is lined back to center field. Going to be a tough play, but made by Thompson. She comes on to make a running catch. And Maddie Green, after a solid at-bat, is retired after she got a nice piece of that ball, but just hit right at Keisha Thompson in center field. Abby Moore just 1 for 6 yesterday. Abby was one of just 3 Reddies that did not have multiple hits over the course of the afternoon/evening. She takes strike 1 there. Abby batting .356 on the season. 0-1. That stays inside at 1-1. Moore said a few moments ago, only ready to play and start every single game for Henderson State this season. This is her 41st start this morning. That is sent to shortstop, hits Shomo in the chest, and Abby Moore is safe. We'll see how they score that. Either way, Moore winds up on first. Going to rule that an error on the shortstop, Symphony Shomo. Henderson State has a base runner for Monica Monreal, who was one of 2 Reddies to go deep yesterday. Monreal went opposite field for a solo home run that put the Reddies up 3-0. As you know, the Reddies could not hold that lead. Southeastern came back to win 6-5. Monreal pops this one up. Shallow center field coming on Thompson. She gathers, makes the catch, and the Reddies are retired. 1 hit, 1 left on. We'll go top 2 when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Top of the second, scoreless game. Michelle Sorensen faces off with Emily Cudd. Sorensen allowed 1 hit in the top of the first as Symphony Shomo had an infield single, stole second, then reached third, but Sorensen stranded her there. Just off the plate to the 5-0 hitter, and the DH Katie McCullough. McCullough got a win yesterday as the pitcher in game number 2. 1-0 inside, trickles behind Dabby Moore. Nobody on base, so no issue. But Sorensen behind in the count 2-0 to McCullough, who was looking for her first hit of the weekend. 2-0. That is hit hard to Erb. Erb knocks it down. Easy throw across the diamond. And Morton stretches to collect. Katie McCullough not running very well, so Erb had plenty of time to make that throw, but I think some wet turf here. Wet turf, the morning dew hasn't dried off, so a little bit of a wet ball thrown around the infield. Erb does retire McCullough, and the Reddies have the first batter of the second inning. That is ball one to Michaela Wallace. And we'll take a quick break on the Henderson State Sports Network. Southeastern coach Ron Fabian wants to talk it over. So not sure what the meeting was about. Southeastern, nobody on base, just one out, and Southeastern has a meeting with both of their coaches. Not sure what the reasoning is. Maybe just to break up Sorensen's rhythm, and Sorensen plunks Michaela Wallace on the foot. Wallace takes first base. Southeastern makes a lot of interesting changes. A lot of interesting decisions and a lot of coaches' meetings. They certainly like to talk. Wallace on first. Swing and a miss from Ivy Amador, the left fielder. Amador 0 for 6 combined yesterday, 0 for 3 in game 1, 0 for 3 in game 2. 0-1 count. Rope to center field. Coming on is Lopez. And I'm pretty sure she caught that ball, and that's a double play. Lopez with a snow cone catch in center field. And Wallace is doubled off first. A late decision from the umpires. Really no signal given. But Lopez completes the play, and the Reddies quickly out of the inning with a double play. 8-3. 0-0 ball game. We go bottom 2 on the Henderson State Sports Network. So after a web gem ends the top of the second for Southeastern, courtesy of Marcelo Lopez, the Reddies get their second opportunity here in the the bottom of the second with Kaylee Reese, the Reddies 5-hitter, and the left fielder. First pitch to Reese is in there for strike one. Cud doing a good job so far of pounding the strike zone and getting in front of Reddies batters. Cud 31 walks in 72 innings this season. 0-1 to Reese. That is way outside, opposite batter's box. Count evens at 1-1. Reese was one of 2 Reddies to triple yesterday in one of the most interesting defensive alignments I've seen. During the triple, the left fielder was sprinting to the left field line as the pitch was heading towards the plate. Reese takes that one 2-1. Opened up just a massive gap in left center field. Reese deposited it into the green grass, went back to the wall, and Reese had a easy triple that scored 2 runs. That's on the inside corner for a strike. Count even at 2-2. Reese tripled to left center. Marcelo Lopez also had an RBI triple yesterday, and over the head of the center fielder Thompson to score Ashlyn Taylor from first base. 2-2, leadoff hitter Reese. Chop to second base. Wallace Fields fires, and Reese is retired easily. Second time in a row, the Reddies leadoff hitter has gone down. Alexis Morton looking for Henderson State's first hit today. Alexis put the Reddies in a great spot in the bottom of the 7th last night with a double down the left field line. First pitch to Morton swung on, fouled back into the netting. Double down the left field line sent the pinch runner Alyssa Dixon to third. Morton stood on second, but Henderson State unable to scratch a run across, and they fell 6-5. 0-1. That pitch is inside. Really the reason Southeastern was able to keep that lead is Lindsey Williams had a kind of a dying quail to the edge of the infield, but the left fielder was playing so far in, she was able to get a good jump on the ball and make the catch. This one is fouled off and out of play by Morton down the right field line. The left fielder made the catch on the edge of the infield. It was a great catch and great defensive alignment. Got to give Southeastern credit for playing tendencies. 1-2. Popped up left side. Shomo's ball. She's under it. She has it. And the Reddies are down to their final out in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the player I was just talking about, Lindsey Williams, who led the Reddies, or actually was tied for the team lead in combined hits yesterday. 4 hits, all singles. Lindsey has 30 hits this year, every single one of them a 1-bagger. Moves forward on the pitch, but takes it high for strike one. Williams, in the process, moved her average up about 20 points yesterday. Now third on the team, batting .357 in the 8-hole, batting 7th, kind of restarting this Reddies lineup. 1-0. Slap hit down left field. Amador makes a running catch. The Reddies are retired in order. Top 3 in a quickly moving game on the Henderson State Sports Network. Camry Wallace leads off the 3rd inning for Southeastern. Wallace, the lone freshman in the starting lineup for Southeastern today. The younger sister of Michaela First pitch she sees, over to Herb. Tough play. No play. And that's going to be ruled. I don't know. Maybe got to give her an infield single there. Tough play for Herb. Barely touched and just off the end of the bat. So Wall on with an infield single. Now batting .340. Bunt attempt offered at and missed by the 9-hole hitter Brittany Chatelier. Brittany still looking for her first hit on the season. Usually in the flex, but pushed into catching duties today. She squares to bunt. Another foul tipped. And again, I think that catch caught a little bit of Abby Moore there. Abby trying to walk this off, maybe got her in the fingers. That ball came straight down off the bat of Chatelier. Southeastern, they do sack bunt a whole lot, actually lead the league in that category, but they haven't been able to, they haven't really gotten a lot of their bunts down this weekend. They've struggled in that regard. We'll see if she squares again on the 0-2. She does, gets the bunt down. Herb makes a nice play. Chatelier is thrown out at first, but advances the runner Wall to second. So Southeastern, for the second time today, has a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. As the order is reset, Symphony Shomo, now 5 for 9 this weekend, digs in. Pulls the bat back on the bunt for ball 1. Shomo came into this weekend batting .313, now up to .331, so improve the average, a nice 20 points about. 1-0 to Shomo. Shomo offers at the bunt but misses. Most of Shomo's hits have been infield singles or bunt singles, so Shomo not really known for her power. She does have 1 home run on the year, but 34 of her 37 hits this season are just singles. So not over 90%, just getting 1 base. 1-1. Shomo lays down the bunt, and that is foul. 1-2. Southeastern has not been scared of bunting with 2 strikes. Destiny Riddle, who is on deck, has actually struck out by bunting foul a couple times with 2 strikes. You have to admire Southeastern's commitment to the craft. 1-2 from Sorensen. Shomo swings right back to Sorensen. She checks on the runner at second and then goes to first. Really nice play by Sorensen. Great job of fielding her position and keeping Camry Wall at second base. Wall not a great runner, so important to keep her outside of immediate scoring position as Destiny Riddle bats for the second time today. On the outside corner from Sorensen, strike 1 to Riddle, who struck out with the bunt foul, 2 strikes in the first. Riddle 0 for 1 today, 244 on the year. She swings at that one through the left side. And just as I mentioned, a good job by Sorensen to keep Wall at second base on the previous play, because if not, then she scores on that single. She stops at third instead after Kaylee Reese gets it quickly back into the infield, but Southeastern has their best threat so far of the day. Henderson State wants a little infield meeting, and we'll step away on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back. Quick break. Reddies infielders and outfielders back to their respective positions. First pitch to Alexis Watson with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Off-speed pitch gets Watson looking. 0-1 is the count. Moore, the catcher, steps up and shouts instructions to her colleagues on the infield. Watson stands pretty far up in the box. Count now 0-2. Watson, the biggest hit of the day for Southeastern yesterday. The game winner. Here is the 0-2 outside, and Henderson State throws it away. A very lackadaisical throw there by Abby Moore. That's going to be, that's a double steal. But Moore almost looked like it slipped out of her hands. Southeastern trying to bait Henderson State into something the Reddies often do, is the double steal. And Moore throw it into no man's land. A run scores for Southeastern. Alexis Watson hits this one hard to left field. Over the head of Kaylee Reese. That's going to score Destiny Riddle from second. Watson in there with a double. And so that those last runs become earned as Watson has her second RBI double of the weekend. And Southeastern takes their first and scores the first runs for the first time this weekend. They lead 2-0 now in the top of the third. And the threat remains after Alexis Watson misses a home run by about 5 feet. Inside corner for a strike from Sorensen. Nice piece of hitting by Watson there with defending the plate with 2 strikes. 0-1, Watson on second. That's low, blocked by Moore. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 across already for the Storm in the top of the third. Saturday morning doubleheader. These teams split 2 contests yesterday evening. 1-1 inside. Count goes to 2-1. First earned runs of the weekend for Sorensen. Gave up 2 yesterday, but both of them unearned after a few runs scored on error. 2-1. Chop foul into the over by the Southeastern on deck circle. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Southeastern has already put up a 2 in this inning. Sorensen trying to get out of it. Here's the 2-2. Sent to shortstop. Taylor charges. Going to be a tough play. And Thompson is ruled safe, just barely, but I think the right call. An infield single, as Taylor had to make a tough play, avoiding Alexis Watson going from second to third on the infield hit. Runners on the corners for the second time in the inning. We'll see if Southeastern goes to the double steal again, but Alexis Watson on third doesn't run all that well. They do try to double steal. Runner going from first to second falls down on purpose. Alexis Watson gunned down at the plate. Good execution by the Reddies. But Southeastern gets 2. Bottom 3 we go. Henderson State looking for their first hit. They trail 2-0 on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson facing their largest deficit of the weekend so far. Down 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Ashley Erb looks to jumpstart the Reddies offense. The third baseman and 8-hole hitter. Henderson State does not have a hit through 2+ innings now. First pitch to Erb. Fouled back and out of play. Erb a little late. Erb 1 for 6 yesterday. Average just over the Mendoza line at 2:05. 0-1 to Ashley. Swung on, popped up, foul, and just out of play. Herb quickly behind 0-2. Cud, as I mentioned last time she was in the circle, doing a very good job of getting in front of Henderson State hitters. I don't think Cud has gone to a 3-ball count one time so far today. 0-2, way outside, opposite batter's box, and Herb lets that by easily. Herb has played a sharp third base this weekend. We'll see if she can get on for the Reddies. High and outside, count even at 2-2. Herb has walked 11 times this year, struck out 12 times, so pretty good ratio for a hitter. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Low and inside. Cud pulls the string, and Herb goes down hacking. Cud's first strikeout of the day. Very democratic with the outs. Really been spreading it all over the field, but she takes that one for herself as Herb is retired. And Ashlyn Taylor steps to the dish. Taylor, a very aggressive hitter, takes strike one. Taylor has not walked, has not taken a base on balls since February 15th. That is 6 weeks since she has taken a free pass, but still batting .388, and she swings at that one. A candidate for GAC Freshman of the Year, already a 2-time GAC Freshman of the Week. Looking to get things started here in the bottom of the third. 0-2 count, 1 out. Here is the 0-2. High and outside, easy take for Taylor. Who bats .388, but just with 2 walks on the season, her on-base percentage is only 7 points higher at .395. 1-2. Sent to right center field, ranging over Thompson. She's got it. And now the Reddies order resets. Cud has gone all the way through the lineup. Still has the no-hitter going as Marcelo Lopez gets her second at-bat of the day. In both games yesterday, Lopez came up in the first and second. So Cud has done a good job of keeping Henderson State hitters unfamiliar with what she's thrown out there. 1-0 to Lopez. She takes the first pitch high. Lopez right at 400 this season, leads the Reddies in average. 1-0. Swung on, hard hit, but right to the left fielder. Amador's there. She's got it, and the Reddies still looking for their first hit. We'll go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Southeastern on the Henderson State Sports Network. Entering the mid-half of game number 1 today, game number 3 of the series, Katie McCullough leads off the top of the fourth for Southeastern. She pops up the first pitch she sees on the infield. Herb backs up, makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sorensen. McCullough retired for the second time today now, and the 8th time this weekend. McCullough 0 for 8 now on the weekend. Came into this series batting .291, now down below .265. Michaela Wallace, who had a 2-run home run yesterday to bring Southeastern within 1, and was hit by a pitch in the second. Digs in, takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Sorensen. That is high. 2-0. Wallace, 273 on the season, came into the series batting .265. 2-0. in there for strike one on the outside corner to Wallace. Wallace 1 for 5 this weekend. She takes ball 3, but that one hit, as I said just moments ago, was a long ball. Henderson State and Southeastern separated by one game in the GAC standings. Henderson State had tied Southeastern after one game yesterday, but obviously lost ground with the 6-5 loss. 3-1. Strike two, full count. I think the first full count today from Sorensen to a batter. Not a lot of 3-ball counts for Sorensen. Hasn't walked anybody. 49 pitches for Sorensen so far, 32 strikes, 3-2. That's high. And Michaela Wallace, for the second time today, takes first base, this time albeit a little less painfully. Hit in the second, walks in the fourth. Ivy Amador, who's been busy and productive over in left field, digs in. 0 for 1, lined into a double play. She sends this one right field, coming on Green, makes the catch, but back in time to first is Michaela Wallace. Good read by Wallace. She easily could have been doubled off again, but a really nice play from Green, coming a long way from her right field position to make a catch just outside of the infield. Quickly 2 down for Camry Wallace, who's had a short but productive series. That's strike one to Wallace. Camry, again the younger sister of Michaela, who stands on first base, so little sister-sister action for Southeastern right now. Camry 2 for 3 yesterday. She takes strike 2, and 1 for 1 today. And Wallace 3 for 4 this series, getting the average from 302 up to 340. Last couple of at-bats. 0-2. Chopped foul, fielded by Herb, but it's in foul territory, so the younger Wallace will go back to the batter's box, and the older Wallace will go back to first base. Top of the fourth, Henderson State looking for their first hit when they come back to the dish in the bottom half of this inning. Southeastern got 2 in the top of the third, helped by an RBI double from Alexis Watson. Here's the 0-2 once more. Just nibbed off the end of the bat. Wallace stays alive. Southeastern took a page out of the Reddies playbook, executed the double steal for 1 run, and then the double off the left field wall by Alexis Watson doubled the lead. Again, 2-0. 0-2 count. Sorensen looking for the strikeout. This is popped up into foul territory. Herb makes the play, and the Reddies out of the inning. Threat extinguished. Bottom 4 we go. Henderson State looking for their first hit on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson State comes up to bat in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 ball game. Southeastern leads. Emily Cudd working efficiently, working effectively. 3 innings, just 1 strikeout, but no hits allowed by Cudd, and she's been pounding the strike zone. Pitch count right now, 35 and 23 strikes. So about 66% strike rate from Cud. She'll face off against the Reddies 2-hitter, Maddie Green, who swings at the first pitch, pops it up into left field. Amador moseys over and makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Henderson State has struggled to hit the ball hard today. Another pop-up. And Cud, obviously for the 4th time in a row, retires the leadoff hitter for the Reddies. Henderson State has had 1 base runner, but no hit. It was, well, their 1 base runner is at the plate right now. Abby Moore reached on an error to the shortstop. 1-0. 2-0 now to Moore. Not a great series from Moore so far, just 1 for 7. Moore was the only Henderson State player to log 10 at-bats and bat 300 or better last weekend. She rips that one, but right at the third baseman, Destiny Riddle. Couldn't have hit that any harder, but Riddle, the quick play at the hot corner, more of a protective play than anything else. Abby Moore lines out, and Cud quickly with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th for Monica Monreal. She pops this one foul, headed our way. Lands right in front of the concession bench here at D. White Field. Saturday morning, get yourself some eggs, bagel, maybe, you know, a little fruit, balanced breakfast, and come on down to D. White Field. Watch the Reddies play too. 0-1 goes 1-1 now to Monreal. She leaves that low and away. Monreal again homered yesterday, her 2nd home run of her career. Freshman out of Enos, Texas. Ball 2. To Monreal, trying to become the Reddies' first player to record a hit today. Cud in the circle, pitching extremely well. This is ripped, and that is a hit. That's rocketed down the left field line. Monreal takes the turn at first, and she's in there at second, slides in safely. Monreal has a 2-out double, and Henderson State trying to spark a little bit of a rally here with Kaylee Reese, Reddies 5-hitter. Back-to-back rips down the third base line. The first one snagged by Riddle. That one into the left field corner for a 2-bagger from Monreal. First pitch from Therese swung on, and that's an infield hit. Monreal rounds third, play at the plate, and she is out. Great throw from the second baseman on her knees. Michaela Wallace guns down Monreal, and the Reddies are retired. Beth Jackson arguing obstruction. Not sure if she's going to get that call reversed. Henderson State gets 2 hits, but no runs. We go to the top of the 5th on the Henderson State Sports Network. Monica Monreal thrown out at home on an infield single from Kaylee Reese. Southeastern keeps the Reddies off the board. Top of the 5th. Southeastern trying to add to their 2-0 lead. Sorensen, as expected, remains in the circle. Henderson State breaks up the no-hitter. but still with a big 0 on the board. 2-0 quickly to the 9-hole hitter, Brittany Chatelier. Now 3-0. Sorensen 4 innings plus now. 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 3-0. And that is her second walk of the day, as Brittany Chatelier, who does not have a hit this season, walks on 4 pitches. Can't let that happen if you're Sorensen. Nobody on this team you can't challenge, and especially Chatelier. No disrespect, but at the end of the day, if you don't have a hit, then got to go after you. 5 balls in a row now from Sorensen as Symphony Shomo pulls the bat back on the bunt attempt. 1-0. Shomo 1 for 2 today. Lineup resets for the 3rd time. Shomo pulls the bat back again and takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Chatelier on first, nobody out. Top of the 5th. Reddies trail 2-0. 3rd game of a 4-game set. 1-1. Ball 2. Again, Shomo pulling the bat back as usual. Henderson State and Southeastern separated by just 1 game in the GAC standings. Reddies 13-15, Southeastern 14-14. 2-1. 3-1. Shomo pulls it back. That was too high. Eight pitches in the inning for Sorensen. Just 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. Shomo leaves it high and outside. Sorensen has walked the first 2 runners of this inning on to first and now second base. And Southeastern has a threat. Destiny Riddle will bat from the left side of the plate as a right-handed hitter, very far up in the zone. She squares to bunt, gets it down. Herb fields, fires to Morton. Morton drops the ball. Runner coming home. She will score. Brittany Chatelier scores for all the way from second on the sac bunt and the error. We'll see how they score that. But either way, Southeastern adds another run. And the threat remains. Runners on the corners. Nobody out for Alexis Watson, Southeastern's best hitter. Strike 1 on the outside corner. The 0-1 to Watson. That is too low. Count 1-1. That is swung on, sent right side and out of play into the Southeastern bullpen. One, 2. Outside evens the count at 2-2. Last play ruled an error. Run unearned. 2-2. Sent right side, could be a double play ball. To second, now first. Watson safe. Going to be ruled a fielder's choice and an RBI. The run will score from third, and Southeastern has doubled the lead now from the 5th to the 3rd inning. They lead 4-0. 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. Henderson State gets the first out of the inning. Alexis Watson beats out the double play ball. Strike 1 to Keisha Thompson, Southeastern's cleanup hitter, 1 for 2 in today's game. Henderson State took the first game of the series easily, but in trouble of, at best, splitting this series. Watson takes off, throw down to second. Watson is safe. arguments come from the Reddies dugout. And Beth Jackson going to talk with the umpire. We'll take a break. Call not overturned, as we did not expect it to be. Never expect calls to be overturned. No video replay, and it's just the umpire seemed so uncertain of a call. Gave kind of a baby safe motion. The ball definitely beat her to the bag, but the call was that Watson got under the tag, as the count has now gone to 2-2. Southeastern's threat continues in the top of the 5th. They lead 4-0. Here is the 2-2. Sent foul over to the Reddies dugout. Neither of these runs in the inning are earned. 2-2, too high, 3-2. Walks so many times turn into runs. That's what's happened here. 2 walks to start the inning. Both of them come home to score. Southeastern up 4-0. 3-2. Keisha Thompson went around on a bona fide ball 4. She strikes out swinging. Sorensen has her 3rd punch out of the day. Katie McCullough digs in and due for a hit. 0 for 8 this weekend in 3 games, or 2.5 games now combined. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Katie. Swing and a miss on pitch number 1, quickly behind 0-1. McCullough started the weekend batting .291. That average has fallen about 30 points to .264. 0-1. Sent to shortstop. Charging Taylor makes the play. Southeastern retired, but not after 2 more runs. Henderson State, 9 outs to work with, 4 runs to go as we go to the bottom of the 5th on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson State with a lot of work to do in the 3rd game of a 4-game series. These teams split 2 yesterday. Southeastern trying to guarantee themselves at least a share of the series with their 2nd win this morning. Morton, Alexis Morton, takes ball 1 to lead off the 5th. She pops to shallow right field. Coming on and making the play is Camry Wallace. Morton quickly retired, and again, for the 5th straight inning, Henderson State's leadoff hitter sent back to the dugout with nothing to show for it. Henderson State just 2 hits on the day. Emily Cudd, got to be one of her best outings of the season. First pitch to Lindsey Williams, low. Cudd, 5.15 ERA coming into this one, 1-7. But that ERA definitely dropping today, 4 1/3. Lindsey right back up the box. Williams, a rare outfield single, a really nice piece of hitting. Sent that one right back where it came from. Looked like she was in the batting cages there. That's right. That's just how they teach it. And she is on first base. Wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I'd be surprised if we didn't see Lindsey Williams take off. Williams, the second best base stealer on the Reddies team, and Southeastern playing their backup catcher. Williams does take off. Hit and run, though, from Herb. She fouls it off for strike 1. Henderson State has a base runner on. They trail 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Tying run in the hole. 1 out, 1 on. Lindsey Williams just singled back up the middle. Williams stays at first, and Southeastern puts on the pitch out. Cudd just went over 50 pitches. She has been extremely efficient today. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Lindsey Williams on first. Herb fouls this one off, out of play quickly. Over to the second tier of the grassy knoll on the right field line. Hit and run could be on here from Herb. Also could have a pitch out with Cudd ahead 1-2. Here it is. I don't think that was a pitch out, but it certainly was nowhere close to the plate. High and outside. Williams stays at first. Count even at 2-2. Herb looking for a big hit. Swung on and missed. High heat. Snap throw to first. Williams back in there safely. The throw beat her, but Williams gave Watson a little swim move, and Herb has now struck out for the second time today. Ashlyn Taylor looking to change her fortunes. Lindsey Williams takes off, hit down the line. That's deep. Off the wall. Williams will score from first. Taylor around second, but heads back to the bag. That missed being a home run by 2 feet. It also missed being a foul ball by 2 feet, so I guess you'll take that trade-off if you're Henderson State. Ashlyn Taylor cranks a double off the left field wall, and Henderson State is on the board. The threat continues. Lindsey Williams comes around to score, and Henderson State is going to try to cut this lead in half in this inning as Marcelo Lopez bats with Ashlyn Taylor standing on second base. First pitch swinging by Lopez. Lopez certainly due for a hit. Her on-base percentage coming into this game is .500. So after 2 trips to the dish and 2 times being retired, definitely due for a successful plate appearance. 0-1. Outside. Corner infielders way in. Middle infielders playing closer to the bag, so a big gap back up the middle. 1-1 to Lopez. That's inside. 2-1 from Cudd. Taylor's RBI was her 24th of the season. 3-1 after the 2-1, stays outside. Taylor also with her team-leading 10th double. 3-1 to Lopez. In there for strike 2. Full count. Payoff pitch coming up. Taylor's 24th RBI ties her for second on the team now with Maddie Green. Abby Moore leads the Reddies with 25 ribbies this year. 3-2 to Lopez. Popped up on the infield. Shomo under it. Makes the play. Reddies get 1. 1 run on 2 hits. 1 left on base. Top of the 6th we go on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies get one back in the bottom of the 5th, but they still trail by 3, 4-1. Southeastern in the lead in the top of the 6th. Michaela Wallace lays down the bunt. Herb charges across the diamond, and Wallace is retired. Herb, an absolute pea shooter from third to first. Senior connection from Herb to Morton. And Southeastern's leadoff hitter in the 6th inning retired on 1 pitch. Ivy Amador 0 for 2 today. Digs in. She takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Amador 0 for 8. Like Katie McCullough, looking for her first hit of the weekend. Amador down to 267 average. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, fouled off, back behind home plate. Count quickly 0-2. Sorensen hasn't had as many strikeouts as she did yesterday. 3 of them, really 2. One of the 3 strikeouts was a foul ball on a bunt with 2 strikes. 0-2. High and outside, 1-2. Sorensen wastes 1. Sorensen had 10 Ks yesterday in the Reddies' 9-2 victory. Sorensen trying to keep the Reddies within striking distance. Down 4-1 in the top of the 6th. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Moore throws Amador out at first. And the first two batters of the 6th for Southeastern go down without much of a fight. Camry Wallace has had a good series. Average now up to 333, easily calculatable. First pitch to her. Swung on and fouled off. Singled in the 3rd. She advanced to 3rd but did not score. Came right back up in the 4th but fouled out to Ashley Herb over by the third base coaching box. 0-1 to Wallace. Back to Sorensen. Sorensen knocks it down. And Wallace beaten by half a step. Southeastern goes in order. Henderson State right back up in the top of the 6th. 6 outs left, down by 3 on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson State trying to keep things going in the bottom of the 6th. Reddies threatened in the 4th, were actually thrown out at the plate on an infield single in the 4th. Scratched 1 across in the 5th. So we'll try to take another baby step and maybe get 2 here in the 6th, but need base runners before that. Maddie Green will try to become the first of the inning. She takes ball 1 outside. Green, 2 for 4 yesterday in 2 games combined, 0 for 2 today. Average now at 310, started the weekend at 309. Green now 2 for 6 in about 2.5 games. Pitch 2, same location, ball 2. Be a hitter's count for the right fielder, Maddie Green, wearing number 44. Trying to think of great 44s in sports history. Not a lot. That's low and inside. Believe the count is 3-0. Hank Aaron, 44, that's right. The home run king. 3-0 to Green. Could be a take all the way. Strike one. Still a hitter's count. Again, I can't believe I forgot Hank Aaron. Shame on me. Did Fulton Reed wear number 44 for the Mighty Ducks? Very, very important number 44. Second baseman's visor just was blown off, so we'll take a quick stoppage for that. Other 44s. Reggie Jackson? Maybe 44? Can't remember. (3-1). High, outside, ball 4, to number 44. Southeastern wants a mound visit. Ron Fabian is going to talk to Emily Cudd after the walk. We'll take a break on the Henderson State Sports Network. Katie McCullough takes over for Emily Cudd. Cudd, a solid day, but it ends after 5 plus 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. McCullough takes over in a save situation. First pitch from McCullough, a strike. To the Reddies' 3-hole hitter, Abby Moore. Maddie Green on first after a walk. Strike 2 to Moore. Beth Jackson shouting instructions to her 3-hole hitter, maybe wants Moore to be a little bit more aggressive. Count 0-2. Pitch out. As Southeastern wastes 1. Green on first. 11 stolen bases on the year. 1-2 again. Low in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2 after McCullough was in front 0-2. McCullough got a win yesterday in game number 2. Here is the 2-2. Ripped to third. And Maddie Green doubled off. The threat extinguished. Abby Moore for the second time today rips it down the third base line, caught by Riddle, and Maddie Green picked off first base. Can't really falter that much. That's just a tough play and a good one by Destiny Riddle over at the hot corner. Second time Riddle has taken an extra base hit away from Abby Moore. Just not been the Reddies' day here this morning. Hit it hard multiple times, but not a lot to show for it. Catcher, pitcher want to talk it over. So I guess a good pitching change from Ron Fabian, but maybe got a little bit lucky there. Couldn't have hit it any harder from Moore, but just hit it right at him. Reddies haven't hit it where they ain't today, as they say. 1 ball, no strikes. This is a single, and into the gap for Monica Monreal. She's headed for extra bases, slides in safely to second, and Monica Monreal, the freshman, really playing well over these last few games. She now has 2 of the Reddies' 5 hits today, both doubles. Third double of the weekend for Monreal to go along with a home run. Beth Jackson will make a quick change. Brooklyn Jimison is going to pinch run for Montreal. We'll take a very short break as the umpire gets the lineup card situated. Jimison on second. 2 outs for Kaylee Reese. She takes strike one off speed pitch from McCullough. Henderson State got one in the 5th. Trying to cut into this lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Monica Montreal doubled into the right center field gap. Brooklyn Jimison now pinch running for Montreal. This is hit hard, but right at the second baseman, Reese is out. And after 2 hits, or excuse me, 2 base runners, 1 left on, top of the 7th, Southeastern will look for some insurance runs when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. We are in the first game's final frame. 7th inning, 4-1 Southeastern leads. Right down the middle to the 9-0 hitter Brittany Chatelier. Walked on 4 pitches in the 5th and later scored. Walked so many times, turn into runs. Chatelier, an example of that. Last time she came to the dish. Chatelier walked on 4 pitches in the 5th. Sorensen looking to get after her in attack. Chatelier does not have a hit this season, although she has started 13 games, now 14 games in the flex position. Catching today, 1-1. That is low and outside. Skips past Abby Moore, 2-1. Chatelier has not recorded an at-bat today, the only Southeastern player in the lineup to not have recorded an AB. Sack bunt in the 3rd, again the walk, and a run scored in the 5th. 2-1. That's too high. Sorensen on the verge of walking Chatelier for the 2nd time today. Southeastern looking for insurance runs. 3-1. Low outside, and Sorensen for the 2nd time commits the cardinal sin. Walks the leadoff hitter and walks a batter who does not have a hit this season for the 2nd time. Sorensen's 4th walk today has also hit a batter, so 5 free passes and 6+ innings for Sorensen now. That's too high. This is looking like deja vu right now of the 5th inning. Abby Moore wants to talk it over with her pitcher Sorensen. We'll take a very quick break. We're back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Shomo with a 1-0 count, nobody out. Chatelier on first, top of the 7th. Shomo pulls the bat back, and Sorensen, just like she did in the top of the 5th, having trouble finding the strike zone. Pitch count for Sorensen now, 94, 56 strikes, just over 50% strike rate. Bunt foul from Shomo. Count goes to 2-1. Shomo 1 for 2. Single in the 1st. Ground out to Sorensen in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 5th. 2-1. Bunt right in front of Moore. Tough play. Shomo beats it out easily. Shomo extremely fleet of foot. And Southeastern, just like they did in the 5th, puts Chatelier on second and Shomo on first with nobody out for Destiny Riddle. Southeastern, a great opportunity here to get some insurance runs and put this game out of reach for Henderson State. The Reddies only 5 hits today. Just off the plate from Sorensen. Riddle did square to bunt but pulled the bat back. Riddle singled and scored in the 3rd. Reached on an error in the 5th. Struck out bunting on a foul ball bunt with 2 strikes in the 1st. Squares to bunt again. And I believe that hit her. So Sorensen has really gotten herself into trouble now. The bases are loaded. We'll take a break. Sun's starting to shine. Temperatures heating up here, and the situation heating up for Southeastern. Bases loaded, nobody out for their best hitter. Alexis Watson takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Watson, 2 RBIs today. 1 on a double in the 3rd. 1 on a fielder's choice to Lindsey Williams at second base in the 5th. 0-1. Strike 2, inside corner at the knees. Good placement from Sorensen. A walk, a bunt single, and a hit batter. 3 base runners, nobody out. Watson chops this one to second. Tag DeAnda, and this one is thrown away. 2 runs are going to score. But you can't, I think that's an error on the throw after the fielder's choice. So one of those runs will be earned. One will not. Southeastern makes a trade that they are happy to do. Reddies get an out, but Southeastern gets 2 runs, and the Savage Storm now in a comfortable 6-1 lead. Rock to Taylor, shortstop, goes to second, over to first, not in time. 6-4 fielder's choice. Taylor goes to Williams at second base. Thompson reaches first. Watson retired at second. Watson picked up 1 RBI, I believe, on the fielder's choice earlier, just moments ago, but an extra run for Southeastern scored on the error. Savage Storm leads 6-1. Right back up the box, off the glove of Sorensen and into the outfield for Katie McCullough. McCullough's first hit of the weekend. McCullough now moves to 1 for 9. Excuse me, 1 for 10. Reddy's going to have another infield visit. Fabian wants to talk about it. We'll take a break. First pitch swung on and missed to Michaela Wallace. Wallace 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, grounded out to the 3rd baseman Erb in the 6th. Pinch runner on deck for Southeastern. Emily Cudd pinch running for Katie McCullough. Strike 2. to Michaela Wallace. Sorensen looking for her 5th strikeout. But Southeastern in a commanding 6-1 lead in the top of the 7th. 0-2. Fouled down the left field line. Hit hard. About 2 feet left of the bag. Southeastern loaded the bases with nobody out. A walk, a single, and a hit by pitch loaded them up. Alexis Watson reached on a fielder's choice, and the Reddies' error allowed the Storm to score 2. This was sent to left field. Each runner moves up 60 feet. No play at the plate. No drama. As Keisha Thompson stops at third, Cud goes to second, and Michaela Wall has her 2nd hit of the day with a single through the left side. Bases loaded for the 2nd time today for Southeastern. They can really put it out of reach now with a base hit from Ivy Amador. And she does deliver into the gap. That's going to score at least 2. Thompson scores, Cud scores, Wall rounding third. She is safe. And that's a bases clearing single from Ivy Amador. Don't see that very often. Southeastern has blown this one open in the top of the 7th. A 5 spot for the Storm. This one almost out of reach for the Reddies. 9-1 Savage Storm. Michelle Sorensen's day is done. Mallory Brewer going to come on to try to get the last out of the day. We'll take a break. Southeastern all over Henderson State 9-1. Michelle Sorensen's day is done. In line to take the loss, 6 2/3, 9 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hit batsmen. Faced 34 batters. Mallory Brewer's first pitch is a wild one. And Ivy Amador moves up to scoring position to second base. Southeastern has loaded the bases twice in this inning, had a 2-run fielder's choice and a bases clearing single by Ivy Amador. They've put up a 5 spot in the top of the 7th. They are in a commanding 9-1 lead as they try to get at least half of the series. Henderson State will have to come back in Game 4 if they want to split this one. Outside, 2-1 from Brewer. Brewer came in the second game yesterday. Was not super effective. 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Sent to second base, Williams Fields goes to first, and Southeastern finally retired, but not after 5 runs. Henderson State basically needs to bat around if they want to have any chance to win this game. Bottom 7th we go, Henderson State Sports Network. Alyssa Dixon will pinch hit for Alexis Morton to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Henderson State in a big hole, 9-1. Going to take a Herculean effort for the Reddies to come back in this one. Umpire behind home plate discussing something with the Southeastern dugout. Dixon enters this one batting .239. Going through a slump, though. Just batting just 3 for 25 in the Reddies' last 10 games. That's a 120 average. 272 Dixon, again, 239 and 71 at-bats. She takes for her first strike, evens the count at 1-1. 17 hits, 14 runs, 3 RBIs, 9 walks, 6 Ks, a double. 10 stolen bases in 11 attempts. 1-1. Catches the outside part of the plate. 1-2. Katie McCullough remains on the mound for Southeastern. She is still in line to get the save because she came on in the 6th inning in a 3-run ball game. It's turned into a blowout, but still in line for the save. Dixon waves and misses at strike 3. Ball in the dirt. Dixon thrown out at first, and her pinch hit appearance ends in a swinging strikeout. Lindsey Williams, who was scored the Reddies' only run today, digs in. Trying to get things going for Henderson State. That is strike 1. Williams moves forward on the pitch, but it drops in there for strike 1. I believe the count 0-2 now. Count 0-2 on Williams, now defending the plate. 1 out. Slap foul. Count stays the same, 0-2. Williams, really solid series. Yesterday 4 for 7, today 1 for 2. Make her 5 for 9. 5 singles and a couple runs scored. 0-2 again. That's a single over the head of the second baseman. Infield in on Williams. And she finds some green grass. Williams joins Monica Monreal, only Reddies with multi-hit game. It's on Saturday morning. As Selena Mendoza, the Mesquite, Texas native, will pinch hit for Ashley Erb. She takes ball 1. Mendoza was 2 for 6 against East Central last weekend, was 2 for 2 in the series opener with a double. Only 9 at-bats in the Reddies' last 10 games, 3 starts in that time frame as she takes ball 2. Mendoza batting .276 on the year. Williams stands on first. Threat to steal. This is fouled off into the netting of the Reddies' batting cages down the left field line. 2-1 to Mendoza, 9-1 ball game. Southeastern blew the top off in the top of the 7th with 5 runs. 2-1, hit hard to the shortstop. Could be a double play. Williams out at second, no throw to first. And we're going to rule that a 6-4 fielder's choice. Williams returns to the dugout. Mendoza stands on first. Beth Jackson is going to pinch hit. Or not pinch hit, they're going to just reinsert Ashley Erb into the lineup. And Ashley Erb will take over for Mendoza at first base, so a simple change there. And the Reddies are down to their final out. Ashlyn Taylor bats, looking for her second hit of the day. Nice pitch from McCullough, but a little too far off the plate for ball 1. Taylor just missed a home run by a few feet in the 5th. Wound up an RBI double. This is slapped into the gap. This is extra bases. Erb around second. Around third. She's headed home. Play at the plate, not in time. Erb scores. And Ashlyn Taylor has her second RBI double of the day. Now 2 for 3, responsible for both Reddies' runs. Ashlyn Taylor, 11 doubles now on the season. As Marcelo Lopez digs in, unable to bring the bat back, and gives a check swing, strike one. Lopez 0 for 3. Reddies 1-2-3 hitters, a combined 0 for 8 today. Not going to get the job done. 0-1 to Lopez, that's high and inside. Be interesting to see if Beth Jackson moves things around in the lineup next game. Maybe move Ashlyn Taylor back up in the order after a couple of doubles her last 2 at-bats. Lopez swings at that one and fouls it off. Thought for a second there they were going to rule that Lopez was out of the box when it hit her, which would have ended the game. Henderson State down to their last strike and last out in a 9-2 ball game. Ashlyn Taylor had an RBI double, but the Reddies need about 7 more of those. 1-2. Lopez goes down looking. This game is over. Southeastern wins 9-2. They at least get a share of the series. We'll play another one, the 4th, in about 25 minutes. Stay with us on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to Arkadelphia, to Henderson State University, and to the campus of Henderson State. D. White Field, overcast skies, mid-morning, 11 a.m., right on time to start Game 2 of the day and Game 4 of the weekend. Southeastern won the first contest 9-2 today. Henderson State will try to come back and get the series split as Becca Almond takes the circle, gets the start, and goes ball one to the Southeastern leadoff hitter, Symphony Shomo. Shomo 2 for 3 earlier today, 6 for 11 over the weekend. Shomo pulls the bat back for the second time, taking ball two. Shomo came into the set, batting .313, now up to .333. 2-0 in there for strike one. 2-1 to the shortstop, Shomo. Becca Almond takes the circle for the second time this weekend. Shomo lays down the bunt in foul territory, and a nice cover over there by the first baseman, Monreal. A nice throw from Abby Moore. Tough angle. But Shomo is retired, and Almond now works with the bases empty, one out in the top of the first. Swinging strike from Destiny Riddle, the third baseman, who's had a very solid weekend in the field for Southeastern. 3 for 11 at the plate. We'll take a quick break. Coach Ron Fabian wants to talk it over. We're going to have a substitution here. Looks like Destiny Riddle was feeling some pain in the hand, maybe. A blister of some sort, possibly. Either way, we're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be Camry Wallace. Swings of the first pitch. She inherited an 0-1 count. Now it's 0-2 after the foul ball. Camry played Camry played right field in the first game today. Pops this one up. Back behind us. Straight back. Almond still ahead 0-2. Almond started game 2 yesterday. No decision, but worked well. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Here is the 0-2. Hit hard, but foul over to the netting down the left field line. Camry Wallace, the freshman, lone freshman in the Southeastern lineup, and looks like one of 2 freshmen on the roster. Pretty small class. Not a very big team for Southeastern. That is low. Wallace brings the bat back. Did not offer it that pitch for 1 and 2. Camry 3 for 7 in the series. 1-2. Strike 3. Got her at the knees. Nice pitch from Almond. And the first 2 batters for Southeastern in game 2 are retired. Alexis Watson will hit. Watson, 3 RBIs, all in different at-bats last game. Watson had an RBI double in the 3rd. She had an RBI fielder's choice in the 5th, as well as an RBI fielder's choice in the 7th. She swings at that. Well hit. Could be trouble. It is. That's gone. Alexis Watson tees off. That was absolutely no doubt. Watson homers for the first time this weekend, and Southeastern's best hitter Tees off on Almond, her 7th home run of the year, 22nd RBI. That got out of here in a hurry. Watson gets her 4th RBI of the day on the solo home run. Southeastern takes a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Almond comes back with a strike to Keisha Thompson, playing center field this weekend. Thompson 1 for 4 earlier today. Pitch fouled off, going to make it 0-2. Swung on and missed. Almond gets 2 strikeouts, but Southeastern strikes first. Watson goes yard. Henderson State will look to answer. We go to the bottom of the first on the Henderson State Sports Network. Marcelo Lopez leads off the bottom of the first for the Reddies. We had an immediate switch. I don't really understand the point of this, but in the lineup we were given, Emily Cudd was going to pitch, but instead, Katie McCullough will take the circle for Southeastern. McCullough has really improved her line score this weekend. A win and a save. A win yesterday, a save earlier this morning. Not often you have a save in a 9-2 victory, but she came in with the score 4-1 and got 6 out, so got to give her the save. 3-0 now to Lopez. McCullough got the save in 2 innings. She pours in a strike to Lopez. 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was an Ashlyn Taylor double. Taylor 2 RBIs, the only 2 RBIs for the Reddies last game. They lost 9-2. This is inside for ball 4 for Marcelo Lopez. So Lopez absolutely due for some base running opportunities. Gets on here. Lopez was a shocking 0 for 4. Do not see that a whole lot out of a batter who hits 400 and gets on base literally half the time. At 0 for 4, 4 for 10 in the series. Maddie Green did not have a hit this morning. Lopez takes off, ball in the dirt. Wild pitch. But that's a stolen base as Lopez was taking off on the pitch. Coach Fabian wants time already. We'll take a break on the Henderson State Sports Network. No changes. Coach just wanted to talk it over. Henderson State threatening. Bottom of the first. Lopez on second. Green at the dish. She takes strike one on the outside corner, evening the count at 1-1. Swung on and missed, ball in the dirt, off speed pitch from McCullough. Nice pitch there, got Green way out in front. Lopez walked on 5 pitches, stole second. No play at second, as there was a wild pitch got behind the catcher. 1-2, slowly hit. Maddie Green going to try to leg this one out, and she is safe on the infield single. Shomo charges, made a nice play, but ball kind of squibbed over to short, and Maddie Green uses the speed to get her first hit of Saturday morning. That makes her 3 for 7 on the day and sets the table for Abby Moore, who was trying to turn around her weekend. Moore just 1 for 9 over the weekend. Average has dropped below 350. Pitch gets away. Catcher can't find it. Lopez comes home to score. Maddie Green all the way around second to third. So with a wild pitch, Lopez scores easily, and Maddie Green just never stopped running. Heads up base running from the Reddies right fielder, was on first and never broke stride. Henderson State has a chance for a big inning and a crooked number here in the bottom of the first. Already has tied the game up 1-1. That is laced by Moore over the head of the center fielder. That's trouble. Could be extra bases. Moore takes the turn at first, slides in at second, and she is out. So a single for Moore, but advances. So a single for Moore thrown out at second. Nice throw from the center fielder Thompson. So an 8-6 put out there. But an RBI single for Moore gives the Reddies the lead, 2-1. Bases empty for Monica Monreal, where she has feasted this weekend. Monreal has been much better with the bases empty as opposed to with runners on. 1-0, hit hard. Right center field. That ball's back. That ball is gone! Monica Monreal, baby, showing off the power. A couple of doubles, her second home run of the weekend. Monica Monreal just mentioned it. She is absolutely feasting with the bases empty right now. 2 for 3 last game out with 2 doubles. On day 1, Monreal went 3 for 7 with a double and a home run. So that is the 5th extra base hit of the weekend by Monreal, and Henderson State all of a sudden has 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Katie McCullough having some trouble finding the strike zone, and when she does find the strike zone, Henderson State is making her pay. Monica Monreal is having a sensational series. 1-0 to Kaylee Reese. That stays too high. Monreal now batting .309 on the season. Started the series batting .250. She has really been a discovery midway through the season for Henderson State. Just a true freshman. The Henderson State core, especially the hitting core, very young. Strike on the outside corner to Kaylee Reese. 2-1. Monica Monreal, a revelation. Kaylee Reese, 1 for 3 this morning. Swings at the 2-1 to the second baseman, and she beats it out. That is an error by Michaela Wallace. Routine play unable to be made by Wallace, and the struggles continue in the bottom of the first for Southeastern. Reese on first, Lindsey Williams, who is having a fantastic series, leads the Reddies, came into the game leading the Reddies in hits with 6 base knocks in the the first 3 games of this series. 2 hits in each game. 2 for 4, 2 for 3, and 2 for 3 for Williams. Chops this one to the pitcher. Nice play by McCullough fielding her position, and Reese scrambles back to second base. 1-3 ground out. Reese advances to second. Runner in scoring position for Cecily Rodriguez. Rodriguez has not batted this weekend. Trying to break out of a 1 for 10 slump in the Reddies' last 10 games. Not a ton of opportunities. 1-1 to Rodriguez, who is stemming Ashley Erb at third base today and batting 7th. Swings at that one. Tough play, but made by Camry Wallace. Rodriguez hits it hard, but Southeastern out of it. 5-3, but not after 3 runs from Henderson State. A single from Abby Moore to score Green. Monica Monreal goes deep for the 2nd time this weekend, and the Reddies up 3-1, headed to the top of the 2nd on the Henderson State Sports Network. Katie McCullough, the 5-hole hitter for Southeastern, leads off the top of the 2nd. Becca Almond in the circle. Pours in strike 1 to start out the inning and the at-bat. 2 solo home runs already, 1 for either team. 0-1, popped up on the infield. Taylor comes on, makes the play, an easy first out to start the 2nd. Alexis Watson went deep for Southeastern in the top of the 1st. The Savage Storm's only run. The Reddies got 2 before a Monica Monreal solo shot in the bottom of the 1st. Her 2nd home run of the weekend. Popped up, shallow right field, backing up Ballerin. Makes the play, and 3 pitches. Becca Almond has 2 outs, working very efficiently here in inning number 2. Ivy Amador, the left fielder, and the 7-hitter, steps up. Amador, 1 for 10 this weekend, and she pops that one up. Right field, can of corn for Maddie Green. She makes the play. 4 pitches, 3 outs. One of the quickest innings you will ever see. Bottom 2 we go, 3-1 Henderson State on the Reddies Sports Network. Nadia Ballerin digs in. takes strike one at the knees to start the second inning. Ballerine has played very sparingly this season. Swings and misses. Makes that strike number 2. 0-2 quickly. Yeah. Delayed call on the first pitch. 0-2. Here it is. Hit hard, but foul. Ballerine kept the weight back on that one and scorched it, but just needs to straighten it out. Ballerine playing in her 13th game, starting her 5th. Just 10 at-bats coming into this one for Ballerine, looking for her first hit of the season. 0-2. Again, turned on and hit hard into the Reddies bullpen. That ball might not be coming back into the ravine over there to the right side of the highway that runs in between Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist campus. 0-2. It hits Ballerine. And she takes a stroll down to first base, a little bit of a limp. Going to try to walk this one out into shallow right field. Ballerine looks to be okay, so good job by Ballerine to wear that pitch on the 0-2 count and get on base for Henderson State, who's looking to set up themselves for another big inning. Ashlyn Taylor had a pretty quiet Friday, but was the loudest Ready in game one today. Swings to the first pitch she sees, single over the head of the third baseman. The third baseman playing close to home plate, and Taylor just chopped that ball right over her head. The Baltimore chop, made famous by the 70s Orioles playing on that hard AstroTurf. Henderson State with runners on first and second. Nobody out. Would love to see Marcela Lopez swing away here. We'll see if she lays down the bunt to advance the runners. She does square. No, I thought she was going to square, but really didn't put the bat around. Leaves that high for ball one. Ballerin on second. Taylor on first. Fly out to the center fielder. Lopez swings away, but Henderson State has its first out of the bottom of the second. Maddie Green, who was 1 for 1 today, singled in after a soft ground ball to the shortstop. Has an RBI opportunity here with Ballerine on second, Taylor on first. Swings at the first pitch she sees and misses. 0-1. McCullough 1 1/3, already 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman, no strikeouts. Henderson State's been swinging it well in the early going of Game 2 of today and Game 4 of the series. Reddy's trying to come back and split the series with Southeastern. 0-1 to Green. Hit hard down the left field line. In there for a base hit. Ballerine rounds third. She will score. Taylor advances to third, and Green goes to second. Not sure if we're going to score that one a double or a single. Score that a single. Taylor advances to third on the throw. Green advances to second. And Henderson State has a big opportunity to put up a big spot here in the bottom of the second. Runners on second and third. We'll take a break. Another mound visit for Southeastern on the Henderson State Sports Network. We'll have a pitching change. Katie McCullers' time, at least for the time being, is done. Time on the mound is done for right now. McCuller just 1 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Emily Cudd replaces her on the mound. First pitch to Abby Moore, swung on, shallow right field. Tagging is Taylor. She tests the arm and now goes home after the ball bounces away from the catcher. Gotta be an error on somebody. No RBI. If I had to, I don't know, it's going to be an error on somebody because Taylor was not going to go home, but after the ball was thrown away, Henderson State gets one more run. Their second of their inning, their 5th of the day. Monica Monreal a chance to get a 2-out RBI. Monica homered in the first. Oh, 1 to Monreal, low and outside for even the count. Ball 1, strike 1-1 to Monreal. 2 outs. Maddie Green stands on third. Here's the 1-1. That is low and inside. Two-one. Popped up, shallow right field. Under it, Hope DeAnda. She's got the catch, but the Reddies get 2 more. Henderson State in a comfortable 5-1 lead. We'll go to the third on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson State has been a little inconsistent this year. They'll struggle with the bats in one half a doubleheader and then come back and just scorch the ball, and that's what looks like it's happening here. Is Ashlyn Taylor makes a sliding attempt, but it deflects off her glove into the center field. That's a hit, a leadoff single for Hope DeAnda. Hope starting in right field today. Henderson State, 5 runs already in this one, just 2 runs in all of this morning's game. Henderson State has been searching for consistency at the plate all year long. They have the potential. Just haven't shown off the bats on a day-to-day basis. 1-1 count to the 9-hole hitter Brittany Chatelier. Strike 2, inside corner. Chatelier again. No hits this season for Chatelier, often used as the flex player. I'm confused on the count. Scoreboard says 3-1. It's a 2-2 count, and that's a base hit. Chatelier's first of the season. And right center field, cut off and thrown back into the infield by the ready center fielder Marcelo Lopez. But Southeastern looking to answer here with 2 on and nobody out. In the top of the third, order resets for Symphony Shomo. That pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Shomo. Shomo 6 for 12 over the weekend, batting .331. 1-0. Shomo offers the bunt but misses. The majority of Shomo's hits, I believe maybe all of Shomo's hits, have been infield singles or bunt singles. 1-1 from Almond. Too far outside. Ball 2. 2-1 to Shomo. 5-1 Henderson State. Top of the third. Nobody out. 2 runners on base for the Storm. 2-1. Shomo bunts. Rodriguez fields. So used to saying Herb over there at third base. Rodriguez fields and throws out Shomo at first. Runners advance. DeAnda goes to third. Chatelier goes to second, as Almond will try to work her way out of a jam in the top of the third. Southeastern trying to take 3 or 4. Henderson State trying to salvage the split. First pitch wrapped left side but fouled. Camry Wall hit that extremely hard. She scorched that one. Hope DeAnda had to duck out of the way at third base. But just a loud strike one. 0-1 count to Wallace. Popped up on the infield. Ballerin under it, makes the catch. Easy play, and Almond on the verge of getting out of the jam. A nice pitch there, as Wallace pops up to the second baseman. Alexis Watson homered in the first, and the first pitch there looked like it could have been the beginnings of an intentional walk. This is going to be an intentional walk, I believe. First base is empty. Watson is going to put the bat down, and Becca Almond just threw a wild pitch. What an odd sequence of events that just... Watson laid the bat down. She's not even holding onto the bat anymore. I've never seen this. I don't know what's stopping Becca Almond from throwing a strike. She does there. Now the count is 3-1, and Watson picks up the bat again. That is the weirdest thing I have ever seen doing a softball or a baseball game. That pitch stays outside, ball 4, with the weirdest intentional walk you will ever see. Yeah, you're right. It can't be an intentional walk, but it started as an intentional walk, then it got to be an at-bat, and then it became an intentional walk again, but it won't be ruled as an intentional walk. Southeastern wants to talk about something. We'll take a quick break on the Henderson State Sports Network. So after one of the weirdest walks you'll ever see, Southeastern has the bases loaded for their cleanup hitter, Keisha Thompson. Almond to the windup. First pitch, swung on and missed. Maybe clipped off the end of Thompson's bat, but into the glove of Abby Moore behind home plate. Almond ahead 0-1. Shot back to Almond. Almond gloves it and retires Thompson. Great play by Almond. That is a base hit if Almond doesn't make that snag. 5-1 Henderson State. We'll go to the bottom of the third on the Henderson State Sports Network. Kaylee Reese will lead off the bottom of the third. Henderson State put up crooked numbers in the first and second. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Going to try to do the same here in the third. Reese swings the first pitch back up the middle, and that is a single. One pitch, one base runner for the Reddies. Reese with her first hit in this game and fourth hit of the weekend. Reese now 4 for 11. Batting average is improved to 282 after starting the weekend at 275. Lindsey Williams, who's had a solid series, digs in. Reese takes off the hit and run. Williams chops it to third. Close play, but Williams is out by a half step. Nice job over there by Camry Wallace playing third. Wallace, the backup third baseman for Destiny Riddle, who was injured swinging the bat, and we haven't seen her since then. Camry Wallace has made some nice plays over there at the hot corner. But the Reddies have a runner in scoring position for Cecily Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1 today. Looks at strike one there at the knees. Rodriguez batting .244 on the season. Came into the series batting .250. This is her first action of the weekend. 0-1, 1 on, 1 out. Too far above the belt. Rodriguez looking like a quarterback with that big towel tucked into her pants. A hand towel. 1-1, fouled off, right side into the netting. Quickly 1-2 to Rodriguez. Rodriguez grounded out to the third baseman in the first. Rodriguez has only walked twice this season, but has struck out 13 times. But she has also been hit by 11 pitches. By far the team lead in a painful category. 1-2. Just inside. Count evens at 2-2. Reese singled up the middle to start the inning. First pitch of the inning was a base hit. Lindsey Williams grounded out to third, advancing Reese to second. Rodriguez stays alive. Fouls this one off the end of the bat. Emily Cudd still on the mound for Southeastern. She's had a really solid day. Already picked up the win in game number 1. 2-2. That's low and in the dirt. 3-2. Count full. Cudd came on for McCall in the second inning. McCall had a rough outing after the rough start. McCuller. The names are cut off on our live stats because we have the abbreviated roster, so apologies for any mistakes. This is driven to right field, caught by DeAnda. But Reese easily advances to to third base. And now stands on third with 2 outs. Nadia Ballerine, who was hit by an 0-2 pitch and scored a run in the first, or in the second, excuse me. Digs in, looking for her first hit of the season. Getting her 5th start today, playing in her 13th game. Ballerine's first hit would be her 2nd RBI. She scored 2 runs, walked 3 times, struck out twice. Here's the 1-0. Ballerine puts down the suicide squeeze, but she is out at first. 3-4 ends the inning. Reddies held scoreless for the first frame today. We go to the home stretch of the series, top of the 4th. Reddies lead 5-1 on the Henderson State Sports Network. Correction on that last out, 1-4. Second baseman covered first, but the pitcher Cud fielded. Reddies retired in the third. We go to the top of the fourth, high and outside to Katie McCullough. McCullough batting fifth. 1-0. Swings at that one, popped it up. Deep to left center field. That ball traveled a lot farther than it looked like it was going to go off the bat, but Lopez tracks it down in left center at the track. And Becca Allman working very quickly now. Believe it took her 4 pitches to get through the third inning. And already with 1 out in the top of the fourth. Allman has had a very solid weekend for Henderson State. Trying to split the series. 1-0 count goes to 1-1. Wallace gave the bunt a half look, but pulls the bat back and takes strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty for Michaela Wallace. Infield pop-up in foul territory, making the catch Monica Monreal. FF3, I believe, score that. And again, Allman working quickly, trying to retire her 6th straight batter. Excuse me, not 6th. It was the second inning in which Allman worked such a quick inning. Southeastern threatened in the top of the third, but came up empty. This one is popped up to shallow left field. Reese under it. 3 up, 3 down. Second 1-2-3 inning of the day for Almond. Bottom of the fourth we go. Henderson State trying to put this one out of reach on the Reddies Sports Network. Ashlyn Taylor, a single and a run scored back in the second. Swings at the first pitch she sees. Leaping catch made over there by the second baseman, Michaela Wallace. On the first pitch of the bottom of the fourth, the Reddies have their leadoff man retired. Resets the order for the third time today. Marcela Lopez looking for her first hit this Saturday. Takes that one outside for ball one. Lopez 4 for 11 on the series. She is alternating with Ashlyn Taylor for the team lead in batting average. Ashlyn has retaken the lead over Marcella. That's strike one. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on base. Bottom of the fourth. Reddies up 5-1. 1-1. Slapped hit to short. Shelmo Fields fires and retires Lopez. Two down quickly in the bottom of the fourth. Lightning quick fourth inning transpiring as we try to get this game in before the rain starts later today. Looks like we're going to be just fine battling the inclement weather. Maddie Green, the only Ready so far in this one with a multi-hit game. 2 singles. Swings at that pitch and fouls it out of play. RBI single in the second, advanced to third, but she was stranded. Scored back in the first after a squib single to Symphony Shomo at the shortstop position. 0-1 to Green with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Ooh, fouled off and then deflects off the helmet of Green. She looks to be just fine. No problem. Tough sophomore. Trying to become an all-conference player for the second straight year. 368 average as a freshman, 324 this year. 0-2. Upstairs, up at the attic for ball 1. Cud 2 1/3 now. Just 1 hit. All the runs in this one scored by the Reddies, the responsibility of their starter, Katie McCullough. 1-2 to Green. Swung on and missed. Both teams in the fourth go down in order. We go to the fifth on the Henderson State Sports Network. We begin the top of the fifth. Hope DeAnda, who is 1 for 1 today, starts things off for Southeastern. 8 and 9 hitters for Southeastern, both 1 for 1. DeAnda looks at strike one, just 3 hits. One of them was hurtful. Alexis Watson homered in the top of the first. So far, that has been Becca Allman's only real mistake. 0-1. Almond into the windup. The pitch stays too low. 1-1. Almond now 4+, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, obviously a home run. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Almond in line for the win. 1-1. Swung on. Diving play by Rodriguez. Pops up across the diamond. But DeAnda is safe. What an effort by Cecily Rodriguez to even have a crack at that. DeAnda beats out the throw, an infield single all the way. But that was impressive for Rodriguez to even snare that ball. DeAnda gets her second hit of the game, as Chatelier will try to also go 2 for 2. The Southeastern's main threat, which took place in the 3rd inning, was large in part due to DeAnda and Chatelier starting off the inning with back-to-back singles as Allman gets a strike there. 1-1 to Chatelier, who got her first hit of the season earlier today. Chatelier, again, started, this is her 16th game in which she has started, but miraculously has only logged 3 at-bats coming into this one. Spending a lot of time as the flex player, but catching today. Almond in front, 1-2, looking for her 3rd strikeout. Too high up at the neck of Chatelier, trying to change the eye angle possibly. 2-2 count. DeAnda on first, nobody out. Fouled over by the Southeastern dugout on the first baseline. Chatelier stays alive. Almond pitch count right now, 51 and 35 strikes. A very good strike-to-ball ratio right there, 70%. 2-2. Sent right side and foul. foul, just barely foul, fielded by Monreal over at first, but we'll reset things once again. DeAnda back to first, and Chatelier steps back into the box. Solid at bat for Chatelier, defending the plate and fouling off a couple pitches. Allman still looking for the strikeout. It would be her third. 2-2. Off the plate, 3-2. Chatelier has worked the count full. Almond doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. About 40% of the innings she pitches, she has a punch-out. 3-2 again. That is strike three. Chatelier goes down looking. Inside corner, backwards K for Almond. Her third of the afternoon. And a big out on a big pitch here in the top of the fifth. Symphony Shomo fouls this one off just behind the netting, and a nice catch by a fan down there who tosses it right back to Becca Almond, so speed the game along. Shomo has often been squaring to bunt and trying to hit for chopped singles, but it looks like Shomo's going to swing away here, and just as I say that, she squares to bunt but pulls the bat back. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. It's Hope DeAnda who had an infield single to start off the inning. 1-1. Bunt down the first base line, fielded by Monreal. Shomo is out at first on a bang-bang play. That'll be charged or ruled as a sac bunt. DeAnda moves to second, but Shomo is retired, and Almond back in control of this inning, as looks like the Southeastern first base coach wants to talk it over with the umpire. We'll take a break. As expected, the call stays the same. Shomo is out at first. DeAnda does advance to second. Camry Wall has an RBI opportunity. Camry Wallace, again, I apologize. Looking at the game status, and everybody's name is shortened. Camry Wallace. 0-2, batting .308. Started the series batting .302. 0-1, again sent foul. Almond ahead 0-2, looking for her second strikeout of the inning and fourth of the game. Almond has put the Reddies in a great spot to split the series. 0-2 to Wallace. Hammered, but foul. Off the bat, it looked like Rodriguez down to the hot corner might have a beat on it, but out of her reach. Count remains the same, 0-2. Almond continuing to pound the strike zone. Strike rate up around 75%. 0-2, one more. And another foul ball, 4 in a row from Camry Wallace. The freshman batting like a veteran now, protecting the plate. Camry, one of 2 Wallaces on the team. Camry and Michaela are sisters. 0-2. Over to third base. Rodriguez across the diamond. Wallace is out. Becca is out of trouble. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Henderson State needs 4 runs to put this one away and maybe get a run rule. But they're in control. They lead 5-1 heading into the bottom of the fifth on the Henderson State Radio Network. We are in the bottom of the fifth. This game has really sped up after Henderson State put up 5 runs in the bottom of the first and 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Southeastern scoreless in the third, fourth, and fifth. Henderson State scoreless in the third and fourth. A lot of window frames up there on the scoreboard in the recent innings. Ball 1 to Abby Moore, who was 1 for 2 today. Thrown out at second, trying to extend a single into a double back in the first. 1-0, swings at that one and swings right through it. It was an RBI single as Maddie Green came around to score. 1-1. Poked off foul and out of play. Moore 0 for 3 in the game number 1 today. 2 for 11 on the weekend. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off, this time to the left side. Over to a vacated Reddies bullpen. And we are out of softballs. Umpire walks over to the Reddies dugout to get a few to put in the back pocket. A lot of foul balls in the recent at-bats, so track a few of these down and restart this game. 1-2 to Moore, leadoff hitter for the Reddies in the bottom of the fifth. They lead 5-1. Here's the 1-2, way outside, opposite batter's box right there. Count evens at 2-2. Moore bats .500 when she is the leadoff hitter in the inning. That stays outside. Count now 3-2. Moore came into this game, rather the day, leading the Reddies in RBIs with 25. 3-2. Hit to left center field. That is deep. That is gone. Abby Moore with a solo home run. Her third of the season and second RBI of the day. Abby Moore battles back from a 1-2 count, fouls a few pitches off, gets what she likes, and goes deep to left center field. Henderson State, one swing of the bat, puts on one more run. They lead 6-1 as Emily Cudd is touched for the first time today. Henderson State really flashing the power this weekend. Monica Monreal steps up right now, has already hit 2 home runs this weekend. Moore now with 1, Green already with 1. Henderson State, not known for their home run power, came into the weekend 11th in the conference out of 12 teams, and that might be gone. Deep to left field, Monica Monreal. Her third home run of the weekend. Henderson State goes back-to-back jacks. Abby Moore goes deep. Monica Monreal does the same. 2 pitches, 2 home runs. Henderson State, 2 more swings of the bat away. And it's up to Kaylee Reese now. A little bit of pressure on the sophomore. She wants to make it back-to-back-to-back. Monica Monreal, how about that? Gotta be the GAC, at least the freshman of the week, possibly player of the week. Kaylee Reese serves that out to shallow left field. Just slices foul, though. Monica Monreal yesterday had a double and a home run. Today, she's got 2 home runs and I believe 2 more doubles. Her slugging percentage this weekend has got to be off the charts. 0-1 to Reese. Bounces foul. So much backspin on that, rather. It landed in front of the pitcher and then moved foul. Reese now behind 0-2. Monreal, what can you say about her? She has just absolutely crushed the ball this weekend. 0-2 to Reese. Way outside, way high. Easy take for Reese. Monreal, a freshman, and she is here to stay in the Reddies lineup. The Reddies young lineup. Monreal looking solid. Line out. Reese hits it hard, but a nice play over there by Alexis Watson at first base. an L3 for Reese. And the first out of the inning as Lindsey Williams will try to get her first hit of the ball game. Lindsey, 2 hits in the first 3 games of the series. Average up over the weekend to 360. Started the week at 338. Slap hit. Foul over the head of Camry Wallace at third base, but skims foul, and the count evens at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Henderson State in a commanding lead, 7-1. Williams. Did she swing at that pitch? I didn't see any signal from the umpire. No swing, 2-1. Henderson State with back-to-back home runs earlier in the inning. Abby Moore and Monica Monreal go deep. Slap hit to third. Wallace charges, and Williams is out by a step. Now 0 for 3, bringing up Cecily Rodriguez, who is looking for her first hit. Rodriguez, another one of those Henderson State freshmen, takes ball 1. The Reddies putting out a very young lineup today, very young team, just 1 senior in the Reddies order today, and Nadia Ballerin, not an everyday player. 1-0 to Rodriguez. Stays too far outside, 2-0. When you look at the Reddies' top hitters on the season, every single one of them is going to be back next year. But it'll be interesting to see who the Reddies turn to next year when Michelle Sorensen graduates. That's outside. Ball 3 on Rodriguez, who grounded out to the third baseman in the first and flew out in foul territory to the right fielder in the third inning. Strike 1 there to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has an impressive on-base percentage, just batting .238, but that on-base percentage up at .418. 3-1. Swung on, fouled off, and out of play. Count full. Bases empty here in the bottom of the 5th. They've been empty all inning despite 2 runs on the board for Henderson State. Back-to-back long balls. Abby Moore with her 3rd of the season. Monica Monreal with her 3rd of the weekend. 3-2. Hit hard into center field. That could be gone. It is! Cecily Rodriguez gets in on the act. Her 2nd home run of the season. The Reddies' 3rd of the inning. Henderson State has gone 3 home runs in 5 at-bats this inning, and they are now 1 run away from ending this ball game. Henderson State could walk off here with their 4th home run of the inning. Hey, you've gotten 3, might as well get 4. Nadia Ballerin will bat now for Henderson State. First pitch to Ballerin, inside and back behind the catcher. We've really only had 1 close game this weekend. Henderson State dominated the first 9-2, and the Reddies let the 2nd game of the series slip through their fingers as Southeastern came back and won 6-5. The Reddies lost the 3rd game and the first one today 9-2. As Ballerin takes ball 2, and Henderson State has been all over Southeastern from start to finish in the 4th and final game of the weekend. Henderson State with a chance to run rule the Storm with 1 more run. That's a strike. 2-1 to Ballerin, who's playing second base and starting her 5th game of the season. Henderson State with 3 home runs in the inning. Sent to third base, Wallace fields and fires. Ballerin is retired. Henderson State coming into this weekend had hit 11 home runs in conference play. They just hit 3 in the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. A lot of work to do for Southeastern on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies get a trio of runs in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth. Alexis Watson swings at the first pitch she sees, and that is trouble. Maddie Green ranges back and makes a fantastic catch at the track. Over the shoulder grab for Maddie Green, and Alexis Watson is robbed of extra bases. One pitch, one out. As Becca Almond goes for her fourth win of the season. On track to do just that. 5 1/3 now for Almond. 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. That is roped to the left center field gap. And that'll be extra bases for Keisha Thompson. Kaylee Reese gets it back into the infield, but not after Thompson makes it to second easily with a double. That ball was tattooed over the head of Ashlyn Taylor. Runner in scoring position now for Southeastern. Another pitch swinging. Line out to Kaylee Reese, back into the infield, and a nice dig at second base by Nadia Ballerin. Didn't let her get back. Didn't let the ball get past her there. Thompson got a little bit too far off the bag after the ball was hit to Reese, but gets back in time. Nice play by the left fielder. Quickly, 2 outs with Thompson on second base in the top of the sixth. Strike one. Believe that's the first pitch taken in any regard in this inning. 3 pitches before that. A deep fly out to right, a double to left center, and a line out to left center. That's too high up at the shoulders of Michaela Wallace. 0 for 2 in this one. 2 for 9 on the weekend. Here is the 2-0. That is too low. 3-0. Wallace started the weekend 265, now batting 272. That is high in the air, but foul. Out of play onto the top netting of the Reddies batting cages. Almond trying to get out of the sixth. Runner on second after the Thompson double. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouled, and it gets out of play. Maddie Green, Nadia Ballerin, and Monica Monreal all converge over there to try and make that catch, but no such luck. Count stays the same, 2-2. Almond looking for her 4th strikeout. Gets it! Tipped off the bat into the glove of Moore. 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th we go. Reddies can end it with 1 run here and salvage the series split. You're listening to the Henderson State Sports Network. Katie McCullough back in the circle. Softball, you can come back in. McCullough started the day in line for the loss. Went 1 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk. Will face Ashlyn Taylor to begin the bottom of the 6th. Henderson State leads 8-1. We've played 5, so all Henderson State needs to do is lead by 8. Taylor chops this one off. Foul. So McCullough lasted an inning and a third before replaced by Emily Cudd. Back in the circle now, facing Ashlyn Taylor. That is ball 2 to Taylor. Taylor had a single and scored in the 2nd, lined out to the second baseman in the 4th. 2-1. Sent foul once more. Taylor has retaken the batting average lead over Marcela Lopez, batting .397. She is 4 for 11 this weekend. Count is 2-2. 1 run wins it. 1 swing of the bat. Right side, picked by the second baseman Wallace, and Taylor is retired. Henderson State had 3 solo home runs last inning. Abby Moore and Monica Monreal went back-to-back before Cecily Rodriguez had her 2nd home run of the year. All home runs, all solo shots, all hit by Henderson State freshmen. The future is bright for the Reddies softball program. 0-1 to Lopez. Back up the middle for a line drive single to the center fielder Thompson. And Lopez has her first hit of the last game of the series and now represents the winning run, the walk-off run. Henderson State would love to win it here. Maddie Green has had a solid series, back on track after a mid-season slump. Green 2 of 3. Lopez takes off. The throw not in time into center field, but Lopez stays at second. Lopez over 30 steals now on the year, and the winning run is in scoring position on second base for Maddie Green, who's looking for her 3rd hit in this game and 6th hit of the weekend. 1-0. Outside, this looks like an intentional walk coming up. Count now 2-0 as Southeastern gets into intentional walk position. Second baseman and the shortstop right near the line. Shomo and Wallace basically backing up the throw to the catcher. So Maddie Green's going to improve that on-base percentage. That's your 4th ball, and Maddie Green takes a stroll. Runners on first and second now for Abby Moore, who homered in her last at-bat. Abby Moore with 2 on. Maddie Green on first, kind of inconsequential. The runner Southeastern's worried about is Marcela Lopez, because she represents the run that would end the game. Moore swings at the first pitch, nubbed off the end of the bat. She is retired at first. Runners move to second and third. Not a sacrifice. That is a full swing and a 1-3 ground out. Monica Monreal will have to imagine is Henderson State's nomination for Player of the Week. Slugging close to 1,500, I imagine, over the weekend with 3 home runs and a couple of doubles. She ropes that one. Foul, though. Beth Jackson has to play dodgeball and jump out of the way. Monreal might have the most power of anyone on this Henderson State team. She's done all of her damage, though, with the bases empty. We'll see if Monreal can prove it with runners in scoring position. Just .071 in RISP situations. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon there. Montreal has been virtually impossible to get out with the bases empty, but she's struggled mightily with the runners on and runners in scoring position. And she hits it hard there, but right to Camry Wallace at third base. Henderson State retired in the 6th. Southeastern has 3 outs to work with as we go to the 7th on the Henderson State Sports Network. We are in the final frame of the final game of the weekend. Ivy Amador 0 for 2 today. Leads off the top of the 7th. Swings at the first pitch. That deflects off Cecily Rodriguez and into foul territory. That's ruled out a hit. And Amador has her first hit of the day and her second hit of the weekend. Brings up Hope Deanda. Hope has 2 of Southeastern's 6 hits. 2 for 2 today. Nice pitch from Allman to start Hope off with a strike. Hope, not an everyday player for Southeastern, but has started 20 games. About half of Southeastern's games. So that's a single. Hope now 3 for 3, and that's an error, or what looked like it was going to be an error on Lopez, but the runners stay put. Deflects off the glove of Lopez, but she tracks back to get it. Ivy Amador with a slide into second base there. We'll take a break after 2 back-to-back singles from Southeastern. So Henderson State not out of the woods yet. Becca Almond in a little trouble here, top of the 7th. Back-to-back singles from Ivy Amador and Hope Deanda. Brings up the pinch hitter Felicia Drake. First pitch to Drake, inside for ball 1. Moore keeps it in front. Amador at second, Deanda at first. Amador singled to third base. Deanda singled up the middle, her 3rd hit of the day. 0-1 swung on and missed by Drake. Drake in her 15th at-bat, just batting 143 on the season. 1-1. Hit hard, foul. 12 inches to the left of third base. Cecily Rodriguez dove, but so obviously the ball was out of play. Drake pinch hitting for Brittany Chatelier, the catcher. 1-2 from Almond. Inside. Hollers and shouts, arguments from the Reddies dugout and fans. But Drake stays alive for one more. Rock and fire from Almond, the 2-2. popped up on the infield. Should be an infield fly rule. Rodriguez makes the catch. And Drake is retired. Big out for Almond. The first of the inning. Almond has done a very good job of limiting Southeastern when they've gotten scoring opportunities. Southeastern now 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Symphony Shomo tips off the bunt. Foul. Just 0 for 1 today. Couple sack bunts. Slap hit. Ballerin can't make the play at second. Going to be ruled an infield single. And Shomo has her first hit of the game. I believe that is her 7th hit of the weekend. Very tough play. Unable to be made by Ballerin, but she knocked it down. And Henderson State trying to get out of a jam here. Southeastern putting a last threat on the Reddies. Lots of work to do. Wallace pops this one up, but it gets out of play. Southeastern's manager Ron Fabian calls time. Wants to talk it over again? We'll take a break. No changes, no alterations. Everything stays the same. Amador remains on third. Deanna remains on second. And Shomo remains on first. Bases remain loaded for Camry Wallace. First pitch to Wallace. Inside low. Wallace shuffles the feet to get out of the way. But if you wear that, that's a run. Southeastern trails by 7. Top of the 7th. That's hit to third base. Rodriguez tags Deanda. A run scores on the fielder's choice. So Wallace will get the RBI, and Southeastern will get a run. But Henderson State up by 7. Happy to trade a run for an out. Southeastern down to their last out. Alexis Watson, who has shown home run power this weekend, digs in, takes ball 1, 1-0. Now 2-0 just off the plate. 2-0, 2-0 with 2 outs. Now 3-0 to Watson. That mustard. Watson walks on 4 pitches. Second walk of the day for Watson. And the bases are reloaded. Keisha Thompson had one of the hardest hit balls against Becca Almond earlier. Doubled to left center field in the 6th inning. Was stranded at second, though. That stays low. 5 balls in a row from Almond, who is 1 out away from her 4th win of the year. Yeoman's work from Almond this weekend. And a swung on, fouled back. Almond 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Solid day. Bases loaded, 1-1 count to Keisha Thompson. Fouled off the glove of Moore. Southeastern down to their last out. Henderson State looking like they're going to salvage the split and go 2-2 against Southeastern, but it will put them still most likely 8th in the conference. 1-2. Inside, The Reddies faithful wanted that one, but we'll have at least one more. 2-2. Bases loaded. Allman to the windup. The pitch. Sent to just at second base. Ballerin backs up, makes the catch. This game is over. Henderson State wins it 8-2.
Final score, Henderson State 8, Southeastern Oklahoma State 2. Fans, the Reddies will be back here at TY Field on Tuesday evening when they take on rival Wichita Baptist in a doubleheader scheduled for 4 p.m. We thank you for your attendance at the games this weekend. Please travel home safely.
Henderson State gets home runs from Abby Moore, Cecily Rodriguez, and 2 big flies from Monica Monreal. They win 8-2, split the series 2-2 with Southeastern. We'll be back on the air on Tuesday at 4 p.m. when the Reddies face Wichita Baptist in a doubleheader on Tuesday night. For David Sally, who's been running stats, announcements, and everything in between, Tyler Freeman on music, Hunter Lively, who was here earlier. Appreciate everybody who's helped bring the broadcast to you. I'm Cyrus Wittig, signing off on the Henderson State Sports Network.